3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck.
Does it start? Nice. So yeah, the beginning of the run is very similar to every other run in the game. Like, we beat the first Yoshi Island levels rather quickly. And yeah, I try to give you explanations what's different between the cape and the no cape runs. So a little bit of swag at the beginning. Nice. And the good thing is, the first level is so easy I don't even need to look what I do.
He says that now, but watch him die later.
Yes. Classic level 1 fail. Yeah, so basically the only thing we can do is running, walking and jumping. And a spin jump. And yeah, we should see if we get a good time there.
Yeah, probably every one of you played Super Mario World at some point in their lives, so there's not a lot to say about the game itself. But we will point out definitely the strategies you will use to finish the levels without the cape.
For example, the second level is rather difficult at the beginning. We have a precise jump. Hopefully I don't fail it. Oh, got it. Hype. So basically in this level, it's not about having a difficult level, but you want to be as precise as possible to get small pushes with the platforms and such, the jump on the Koopas and such. And it's all about optimizing your movement and such.
Yeah, like, as you see, he's actively avoiding the midway points, simply because he wants to stay small for the upcoming castle in this world. There's one trick that is significantly easier if you're small Mario.
Yes, and we actually have a lot of, let me say, strats, which is rather easy if you're having a small Mario instead of a big one.
So yeah, maybe pointing out why this is 95 exits and not 96 exits. There is one exit in the game that you simply cannot get with the limitations of this category, which are simply for once no cape, and also you can't use the cloud and the orb.
Yes.
And the exit we won't get is the how is it called? Ghost House?
It's a Donut Ghost House.
Ghost House,
This is actually the secret exit, which is only possible to do with a cape. And since we have no cape for this category, obviously, and not having like arbitrary code execution as such, it's not possible to reach it. My mans. Oh, just a 280. A 281 is good. Like, most of the time we runners actually see if we had a good pace or not in connection to our in-game timer. Like, after a while you get just adjust to it on which time you enter a specific door or kill a boss or something. So we already knew it was good or not. Oh no, that was close. Woo! Yeah. That was bad. I still need to adjust to the smaller screen, like, yeah. I just have a really big television at home, it's too heavy for one person, and it's just like having, I don't know, luxury. And yeah, the main story is Bowser kidnapped Peach and Mario have to rescue her. You probably heard of that story before.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. And now the game is starting to get interesting, like the strats will get more advanced and we have some cool stuff that we will probably show off at this point. It's faster to get the yellow switch later, because there are several yellow blocks which are actually in the way if you do it earlier. And yeah, we will sacrifice Yoshi quite a lot, and this is the first time.
Well, at least he didn't die there. He's still safe, he's just jumping around there at the bottom.
Yeah, Yoshi is still there, but
don't worry about him, he's fine.
Yoshi is fine. And Yoshi is not mad about it that we dodged him all the time, like he's really happy when he sees us again. So yeah. Yeah, no, the water level, they are kind of boring to be honest, because they are quite slow. And every time you carry an item with you, you actually get a better speed. And unfortunately, we will get an item quite in front of the midway, so it will take a while. Yeah, and the overworld is quite boring, so we swim through. And you can see, with carrying an item, you're much faster. Yeah. Like, a 240 is okay. The optimal one would be a 242. But that needs a really, really insane and good amount of execution at this point. And now going back, doing this twice. Because some of the levels, you can see that on the red marker on the map, do have a normal exit and a secret exit. And since we're doing 95, we want to do as much as possible. Yeah, and the strat for swimming is like, if you hold down, you actually do not swim that far up to the top. And this is basically the main strat for that, to keep track of your level at this point. Yeah, I ran at 245, that's good. And maybe if I'm lucky I get a stair clip in the ghost house, which saves 3 seconds and looks really, really cool if you get it. Hopefully I get it. I practiced that. Nope.
Oh.
Give it a try.
Nope, apparently I do not have another try, because the boo rings actually stand on the position where they left, and if I know what to do a stair clip, I would actually run into a ghost.
Yeah, that's something to note actually, that if you start this game and start any run, the boo rings will always be on the same position if you just enter the level for the first time, so the runners most likely know where they're going to be and how to avoid them.
Yes.
But once you die, it's getting all just messy and you kind of need to react to them.
And to be honest, the Donut Ghost House is, in my opinion, one of the more difficult levels. Like, you are just small Mario and you can die at a lot of points in this level. And it's really, really difficult to master it. Like, if you have a good run and you get the stair clip, then everything is common for you, but every time you mess it up, the boo ring are different, and so you have kind of problems to adjust to it. But if you do it consistently in a way, you also get adjusted to the random boo rings, I would say. This level is really is rather easy, but the thing that they added to this level are actually ice physics. And ice physics are the worst thing in SMW. Yeah, in every game.
Yeah, but as just in most platformers, you can negate ice physics by simply just jumping.
Yeah, that's true. If you jump, you don't have the ice physics. And apparently a lot of Kaizo hacks use the ice physics to annoy you. Oh, that was good. So, and since we can't do the stair clip, I have to go normally to that.
Oh, but that's some good pattern there.
Yes, that's actually happen if you fail a stair clip, so the second time it's much easier. Actually, I am doing a safety here, taking the mushroom, because you are able to jump through the boo ring, but it's much safer if you do it like this. And now we have our RNG jump. Hopefully I get it. Yes. Ooh, that was good. And yes, the secret exit in this gas house is actually the boo fight.
Yeah,
it's rather easy.
Maybe you should explain why you called that an RNG jump.
Yes. Your jumping height actually depends on how fast you're moving. And the speed of your moving at P speed is, I think it's 3 values, like from 46 to 48. And if you got a jump with a P speed of 46, you're not able to get to the ledge at the top. Like, you are just jumping too low to actually get that jump. And so we go for it because it saves quite a lot of time. And yeah, if you don't get it, you have to deal with it. Yeah, this level is rather easy. We did enter the Star World. There are some special, let me say, worlds of this. And since we do not have a cape, we can't clip through all the blocks, so we have to destroy them. So it's quite a long level, not that difficult. So yeah, normally I could do nothing right here.
Yeah. If you have a cape, this stage actually gets way more difficult, unlike you would think, because of the clips you can do with the blocks.
You basically clip from the top of from the top of the level to the bottom in quite a short time. But if you mess it up, you die quite early.
Yeah, because Mario gets ahead of the camera, and at that point the game just considers you being out of bounds and then just kills you.
Yeah. And yeah, the interesting thing about the Star World is you always have a normal and a secret exit. And the normal exit is, yeah, like I said, the normal one. And the secret exit is always the one with the key at the points. And yeah, we grab Yoshi to be a bit faster. And yeah, we basically just swim over the level. There's not much different to a cape run. Like, you can't fly underwater, unfortunately. So you have to do that as well. But apparently we will use the mushroom to get Yoshi. Because if you feed him an item, he will instantly grow to his full size.
Yeah, usually you would need to feed Yoshi 5 different items, and
yeah, it should be fine.
with stuff like a star at the very beginning of the stage or a mushroom, you can just make him grow up.
Before you're wondering why I'm not doing the normal exit, we will later get back to the Star World, because we need a blue Yoshi to continue, and so it's faster to do the second exit on Star World 2 on the way back. Yes, the classic. I do not like him. Thanks. So we do get the cloud, that's good, but I have to go back to grab a Yoshi.
Yeah, at least it's not too big of a time loss, because you can just save and quit after feeding Yoshi the star at the beginning of the stage.
Yes, it is. The problem about 95 exit is, every time you made a mistake, you actually lose at least half a minute to 1 minute, because most of the time you need a Yoshi or a specific power-up, and so it's quite annoying if you lose it.
Oh, nice, I can just wait.
Yep.
So maybe it would also be a good time to talk about why he needs a blue Yoshi instead of, let's say, a green or yellow one. The reason is, if blue Yoshi eats any kind of Koopa, he can just fly with wings. Unlike, for example, a green one, that one could only fly if you eat a blue Koopa shell.
Yeah, the thing is, if I'm not wrong, you have about 25 in-game seconds to keep your shell. And to actually add time to that, we spit out the shell in between the flight and grab it back. You have like half a second to grab it back or to spit it out. So it's rather easy if you get adjusted to it, but if you do it the first time, you will probably fail it, but with a little bit of practice, it went very well after a while. And the nicest thing about SMW is actually you can practice each level one by one. So even if you're a beginner of the run, you can simply practice it over and over again on one level, and this is really good. And with this way, I should say shoutouts to Dots. Dots are cool. He actually made a really goddamn good practice ROM with SMW, where you can save your times, get all the items you want, switch between special world and such. Awesome guy. I think the SMW community is quite thankful for that, because a lot of people got quite good at the game just because there's a practice ROM for SMW. Yeah, you can practice faster for sure, and it's just so good. You can reset instantly if you mess up something and such.
Yeah, also a thing that the practice ROM can do, which is very, very good for practice, is that you can, for example, reset RNG, just like for Boo Ring. So if you, let's say, mess up in one of the ghost houses and one of the Boo Rings would be in a position that you don't know, you simply just go into the menu and reset the RNG for it.
Yep. Okay, last level of the Star World. The Star World is rather easy, and the Special World, yeah, gets special, I would say. Like, we have a lot of levels in the Special World. If it went wrong, you lose a run if you reset. Because normally getting back stuff from the Special World is about 1.5 minutes of time loss. So I will try to one-shot the special word. We will see about that. So this is Gnarly. Gnarly is annoying because we have to dupe. This is probably one of the things a casual player would never see in his gameplay. But we try to do that. Nice one. Perfect.
No.
Perfect. That was a really, really good one.
Yeah.
And since we do love wings so much, we will do it again in tubular.
Yeah, but since we love wings so much, we will not get just one wing, but we will create an entire factory.
Maybe if I'm lucky. Oh. I messed up, but that's no problem. We have backup threads. Get away. To be honest, for a casual player, this might look way better than the wings.
Yeah, definitely. It looks more impressive.
Like, in comparison, if you get the wings at tubular, you save about 12 seconds, so it's not that much. And yeah, we have backup threads for everything, most likely, so it's okay.
Yeah, the good thing is Krille already ran another category without cape before he picked up 95 exits, so he already knew some of those threads before. The entire special world is just one hard stage after another one.
We do a faster thread. I hopefully get the right path. I'm not sure though. Did I already messed it up? Yeah. Okay, we go back. I'm honestly don't know what to do here in another way, so that was a bad decision. Why did nobody stop me? And here you can see why it's so bad to actually lose Yoshi in a run. You have to go back to Star Wars 2 to get the blue Yoshi. Because we did need the blue Yoshi. Whee! And also we getting a mushroom there. So this is definitely a timeless for about 1.5 minutes. And this is why the no cape no Star Wars, sorry. The 95 exits is so cruel actually to the runner. Now I'm getting nervous because I don't get it. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah,
nice one.
It's much more difficult than it looks, actually.
It looks very difficult already.
Yeah, like, the problem is jumping from one tile to another is really precise. You just have a few frames left to do that, actually. And after the third level of the special world, you just have a small break of difficult stages. Like, the next 2 stages are basically we just fly over it. I mean, we have to be precise at specific points, but that's okay.
Also, never go for that fire flower, it's just a trap. Just don't go for it. You will most likely die trying to grab it.
Yep. And just because it's fun, we try to kill the big bonsai bolts. Maybe I get a small click? Nope. Sometimes it's quite funny, if you enter the gold tape, actually the shell will disappear, and if you're quick enough, you can actually swallow the dust that appears when the shell disappears. It's quite fun. It's had no use, but it's, yeah, fun. To actually know, in this level, there are pipes hidden at the top of the level, which you can't see. So we have to fly actually through the level. Like if I would fly over the level, the pipes would stop me at this point. Like a casual player will never see it, and even the speedrunner will not see it because the level don't scroll at all. And so we just have to finish this like this. And the upcoming level is, in my opinion, one of the most annoying levels. It's called Mondo. And it's basically a level where you have to deal with water physics, but on a weird way. Like, I don't know who got the idea of that. Maybe this guy is not working at Nintendo anymore. I mean, I hope so. Ah, okay. We actually do not got the P-speed, but it's rather difficult to get. But still not having P-speed is just a time loss of about 4 seconds. So in comparison, it's not too bad, because you can finish a level rather quickly anyway. Yeah, the lag is quite huge. And I just discovered if you kill the Hammer Bro with one of the fire, you actually reduce the lag to 0 at the end. So if you go for slow strats, we should do that. And the next level is called Outrageous, and the name is self-explanation. This level is stupidly hard, especially for beginners. Hopefully I will get it first try. Whatever. Come on. Come on. Oh, there are two. Nice. I feel sorry for the boss.
I guess this level is also for casuals notorious as being the most difficult one to finish.
Yeah, and I can't even finish this in the proper way because I lost my upgrade. So we take it rather slow. It's okay. This level
usually
is...
you would damage boost off of that Hammer Brother there.
Yep. So we take it slow. Welcome to Let's Play SMW.
Nice sound you made there.
Yeah. Yeah, normally I start singing on stream, so prepare for that.
No?
This is not an auto-scroller, no.
No.
Ah, nice. Yeah, and we actually use the blocks to get rid of the chucks, because the chucks takes quite a long time to be killed. And in this way we can just one-shot them. Yeah! And now that's proof that I'm good. You are super player. I'm done. I could finish. It's alright. And yeah, the special world is probably the first part where SMW gets really intense in comparison. And now we have, let me say, a few levels of a lower difficulty, so it should be not that exciting.
So tell us, Krille, why did you decide to pick up a category where you decided to use not a cape?
Honestly, I do not like the cape. The cape actually behaves really weird in my opinion. And I do like challenging runs, like 95 is not an easy category. And to beat the game in a difficult way as fast as possible is quite satisfying. And the thing about SMW also is, if you don't attempt it by yourself, you actually will not realize how difficult it really is. Like, the people that are watching right now will believe, oh come on, he's going from left to the right as fast as possible, I can do that as well. And then they realize, oh, you have to remember the level, what do you have to do at this point and such. And yeah, I say you can get quite good at the game rather quickly, but to be perfect you need to practice a lot.
Yeah, and I mean this level is a good example.
Jump!
Jump! I mean this level is a good example. I mean you could run out of time and just die. It's really difficult.
Yeah, I honestly had I was really afraid of that level.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, look at the yellow switch palace, it's yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of backtracking right now. And we actually never enter the Yoshi house. And yeah,
It's an exit though.
it's not an exit, technically. Yeah, welcome to the beginning of the run. And like you can see, after you beat the special world, some of the sprites actually changed. And to be honest, the sprite change are so... yeah, they are not looking beautiful at all. I do not like them, but we have to deal with that.
Yeah, especially the Koopa with Mario heads. So well.
Yeah, the normal Koopas are changing into Mario heads, and the only difference is not only the sprite change, but apparently the Koopas that changed in the special world are moving a little bit faster than the normal Koopas. Which is interesting, because if you're doing no cape... oh no, and which one was it? Yeah, if you're doing a cape run actually in the Donut Secret, the ice level, you actually have to use different strats because you enter the level in the special world, and so the first Koopa will hit you. Yeah, and this is actually my favorite thing to do in the auto-scroller. If you hold down while on a ledge, you can move left-right while sliding. I do not know why it worked, but it's rather cool. There's actually a mushroom inside of it, but I don't want the mushroom. And some runs dies at this point because you got crushed by the sandbar. Like normally, we SMW runners tend to do stupid stuff while being in an auto-scroller, because there's nothing left to do. Ah, missed it. 314 would be optimal. Hehe, what hit me there? Always doing squats with Yoshi is important for the health of them. I believe Yoshi is the first guy who actually invented the squats.
Yo,
Jump!
Jump again.
Yeah, this...
2 for 2, nice.
Yes. This is actually a meme, like people saying if you don't get 4 jumps in the P-switch palaces because they are 4, the run is not legit. And so far we are really good, 2 out of 2.
So yeah, just to clarify, they actually don't do anything. It's a one-frame trick that just looks silly. And people try to go for it every time.
Actually, that's a 100% true. There's a category, it's called one jump.
Oh yeah.
And the people beating the Yoshi Island 1 level and the Yellow Switch Palace. And the run is not legit if you finish the Yellow Switch Palace without a jump. It's kind of stupid and it's really short. It's just a meme category, but I don't know. If you have friends who want to do that, just do it. It's fun. I mean, the new meme category in SMW is it's called the 6, and there are 2.
Oh yeah.
And there's actually the first one to do the 6 run was able to in the Bowser Castle, because there's a 6 for the entrance number 6, and you can clip into that. And if you got into the 6, you are soft locked, and your run was finished at this point. And actually, we find out that we could do a 6 also in the first level. With block duping, and so the meme was born, and I believe quite a lot of runners already started it. I guess Stan was actually doing the first. Stan was the first person doing that in SMW, and now everybody continues. It's fun to see.
It's definitely something to watch.
And yes, this is a ghost house. We can't do the secret exit. You would say, why didn't you spin jump on the ghost? But those ghosts will actually hit you always. Like, you can't spin jump on them, you can't normally jump on them. They will just kill you or will cap you upgrade. And yeah, we kind of abuse the ghosts to get higher. And this jump is not that precise, but it needs practice. At the beginning of my SMW running, I run a lot of times into the ghost. Like losing 4 to 5 minutes just because I run into the boo. Goodbye, top secret area. It's founded by the government, so we don't do that. And yeah, to be honest, and I really have to admit, I do not like the cape, that's for sure. But you will see me flying with Yoshi over a lot of levels. It's, I believe, basically the same. But at some points you're not able to fly with Yoshi over the levels, but we will do it quite frequently. And as I said, SMW is all about remembering how is the level built, how do you want to do the strats and such. And there's really less RNG, which means there are really less random things. But if you mess up, you kind of have to adjust to your mistake and just hope for the best that you can continue your level like you want to.
Yeah, one of the things we could maybe also point out is with the sprite change, also a lot of the Koopa shells changed to be a blue one, so he could pick them up with the green Yoshi as well and fly.
Yes, actually all the red shells before changed into a blue one. And the blue one, for fun, actually keep it blue, so you have more blue shells when you got the special world. So this is also a strategy why you try to get the special world as early as possible, because then you have more choices to actually get blue shells with Yoshi. And just a fun fact, as you can see, in castles, fortresses and ghost house, you're not able to use Yoshi, so we have to do it normally. 394 is perfect.
Is that also perfect?
Yes, this was intended.
Oh.
This is RNG manipulation.
I see.
No, it wasn't. It was just... This jump is really precise because you have to do a small right to the left with the D-pad. And sometimes you get hit because you have like 2 to 3 pixels to get that jump. And yeah, it's not that bad, to be honest. It just slows down the fight at the top of the stage, but it's okay. Easy every time. Come on, dude. You have a hard butt. Thanks. Yeah, he's dead. So normally, if you have a fire flower, you throw 2 fireballs at him, and that counts as 2 hits, and then you jump on him, and then he's dead. So I believe the time save with a fire flower is about 4 seconds. Maybe I'm wrong. If the SNW guys who's watching, please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Actually, shoutouts to the SMW community. It's one of the best and friendliest communities I ever met. Even if I bother them with questions over and over again, nobody got offended, so they're really friendly. If you want to start speedrunning SMW, just join the Discord from the SMW community and enjoy this game. It's really good.
So yeah, maybe another quite unusual way to beat this level is when he will get the normal exit, which will be right after this secret exit?
No, one level before that. We actually prepare the road to get the backtracking. Like, we will open the Star World in the Vanilla Dome, and then later we get back from the bridge to actually finish the Vanilla Dome.
Alright, yeah.
So basically, those levels are quite easy. I actually do love the animation of the chuck when you hit them. It's like, what hit me, and like, duh. That's really sweet. And now we get to the next dupe. Hopefully I will get it, it's quite difficult. I will definitely try to shout off even if I have to reset the level. But I think it's worth it to see. And why I did that is actually to reset the Buzzy, so that he don't come out of the shell earlier. Okay, that's the first step. Okay, that was not bad, not good. But it was average, so I'm fine. And it's even if you don't get it the first try, it's much faster than solving the level normally. Goodbye, Yoshi. I drowned him. Don't tell anybody.
I mean, he's a blue Yoshi, so he should be in the water, right?
My favorite Buzzy to die. Actually, there's a cable around my shoe. And the interesting thing is, if you run into the water, you actually keep your P-speed. Which means if you climb on that vine, you also keep the P-speed, and you can carry it over. Okay, nice, we got it. Oh, missed it. So the optimal time for that is a 2:55. And this technique is rather difficult, to be honest. Okay, third P-switch palace. I would say the most difficult one because you can die rather easy at this.
Are we going to see a third one?
I hope so.
Yo!
Jump!
Now the pressure is on for the fourth
Oh
one.
yeah.
Oh,
If I don't get the jump number 4, I should stop speedrunning SMW. And now the people will pin me on that. If I get this level right, it's quite satisfying to watch. Because the strats for this level are so smooth, to be honest. Okay, forget about this move. Like if you count it by the numbers, when you're just normally swimming, you move for about 60 pixels per frame. And if you had an item hold, then you move by about 32 pixels per frame, so it's really an advantage to have an item with you. Ding. And so the next level is the Vanilla Dome Ghost House, and the problem there is we have 2 additional boo rings, and I have no idea at which pattern they are, so I have to just adjust to this when I'm doing this level. Hopefully we are fine. Okay, the first boo ring was good. Ah! Yeah, this level is rather difficult. I will give it another fast try, and if I don't get the second one, I will do it a bit safer. And most of the time I just have problem with the first boo ring. So yeah, it's marathon run, so everything went not that good. Okay, safe strat. So much for safe strat. Okay, time for a little bit of swag. I do like it. You can always take the Yoshi coin as a cue, as a visual cue, and then you're kind of always getting it. If you're bad, you actually hit the P-switch before getting a coin, and then you lock yourself out. Okay. Yeah, mashing. I will go for the difficult strat. I need to show
Oh, you
off
have
strats.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really cool one with the Buzzy Beetle shell.
That actually was a frame rule. And this is so annoying. You have to imagine SMW don't interact with a sprite every frame. And if you get a bad frame rule at this point, you actually get hit by this shell if you... or by the Buzzy Bee, not the shell, if you hit it at a specific height. And yeah, I will try it a second time. Like, if I don't get the swag strat, then I can continue normally. Okay, that was good. Okay, so far I showed off every possible way to die in this level.
You didn't fall into the lava yet.
That's not a strat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will try to go for the third time and then...
It's so tempting, right?
It's tempting, it's really cool.
But yeah, it looks really cool if you get it.
I mean, we can't even save time anymore on this split. But it's okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I tried to get at the top of this, and you see the shell jump was okay, but I was just a little bit too low. But like I said before, you can continue if you don't get it, so it's not that big of a problem. But as you can see, this part is really slow, so yeah.
Yeah, usually you would go through one of those bonus stages where you can just gamble for lives and would spawn rather late into the level.
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to the 96 exit runners. I don't get it why the Raskif is so difficult for you. 95, it's easy every time. I know that the people will get mad at me, but I go for it. Like, as you can see in this level, the strat actually saves about, I believe, 10 seconds or 12, I'm not sure. And it's really risky to go for it, but we try it anyways, because it's faster. And yeah, that's actually the point of 95. You have a lot of difficult strats, but they are looking pretty good if you manage to pull that off. In this level, I try to get the midway, because I need a big Mario for the next castle. Because the big Mario is only able to destroy blocks. Otherwise, I would have to wait for the Maggie Cooper, or Kamek, however you want to call it, to actually let a block disappear. The Japanese version has just one reason. The text boxes are a little bit faster. So if you're doing smaller categories like 11 exits or no cape, no star vault, you doesn't have that kind of a big advantage for it. Or worst possible spot. Like the save and quit menus are, I think, just a few frames faster in the Japanese version, and over a 95 or 96 run you actually save just a few seconds with that. So it's worth it to go for it because it's kind of free, but if you speedrun it with the German, or not the German is actually bad because it's a PAL thing. If you're doing the American version of it, it's all fine. Yeah. Like in this level there's also a really risky strat which saves about a few seconds. And I did practice it, but it failed too much in practice, so I don't do that. It's basically the stuff you do when you need time to save, when you're most likely perfect in this game. And this is basically whack-a-mole. And we got good RNG at this point. Like, this is one of the few fights where you actually have RNG involved. Like, it's not set where the Cooper is actually appearing, so you have to get adjusted, but it's alright. And now cheer up for Mario's superpowers, like he's destroying a castle with a shovel right quick. To be honest, this is a real Shovel Knight. Okay, and the next level is really difficult. We need to focus for that. Hopefully I get it first try. First try. Like, the movement from jumping from one chainsaw to the other is quite difficult because it's really finicky. But after a while you can kinda adjust to it. Like at the beginning I was losing like 10 to 12 minutes just because of this level. Because I want to beat it fast. And I do not want the easy stretch dude. And the good thing is, I actually have to do the level twice, but since I beat the level already, I can save and quit if I fail, so the time loss should be minimal if I don't get it on the first try in the next attempt. Nice, this was well precise to the ending of the sound. There's actually a really good swing edition of the song on Spotify. And we do it again. And the problem is at the beginning you want to spawn the chainsaw from the left. And to actually spawn the chainsaw you actually have to be right far to the right. So if you don't move too far to the right, the chainsaw will actually not appear. And this is a problem. Then you have to reset or do it other way. Keep your tissues ready. We're getting rid of Yoshi in about 10 seconds. And goodbye, Yoshi. Good friend. But hey, we had a great deal. We got a Yoshi, or we lose a Yoshi and get 3 ups. I think that's a fair deal.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
If you collect a second Yoshi, you just get 1 up, so why? It's like a garbage sale, you know? Okay, another water level. This is, I believe, one of the more difficult ones. Like, you have to dodge a lot of stuff. And I do not want to lose my power-ups. Like, it's all about being really precise at this level, but I should make it. I'm sorry, I'm starting to sing.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Some requests? The reason why I did a small left-right is to manipulate the last rockets. Because if I do a small left-right at the end, I actually manipulate them to shoot to the left instead to the right. And if they shoot to the left, I'm able to enter the exit rather quickly than having them shoot to the right. Yeah, by the way, this was Solar Lake. Please don't ask me about the bridge level, I never remember the level of that, the level name. And now we're back at Star Wars 2, because I said earlier we need a blue Yoshi. And this way, yeah, we just get him. Remix! Yeah, some of the levels are rather boring, to be honest. And to be honest, the blue Yoshi apparently is really overpowered. Like, he can eat every shell and is able to fly with them. So you can do a lot of fancy stuff with that. Yeah, that was rather good. So leaving the vanilla dome here is about half of the whole speedrun, about. And the funny thing is, I don't even need the D-pad anymore. Because we ride on a good point to fly. And we just wait to hit the finish line. It's basically like, look mom, no hands.
Yeah, one hand.
Yeah, one hand. I could do it with my nose, but not yet. It's called nose percent. Maybe it's time for sushi?
Oh yeah, we talked about how much, what the difference are between the Japanese and the US version, but the actual important difference is that Yoshi can eat sushi in this level,
Yes.
as you just saw there.
Yeah.
They actually patched that out of the American versions.
I did it on purpose to show it.
He does it every run. Don't let you fool.
Is it cannibalism that Yoshi eats dolphins? I mean, they are just dolphins.
It's sushi.
Basically tuna.
Like, it's all fine about the time saves from less text, but the more important thing is eating sushi, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Like the other small difference in the Japanese and the other versions is that, for example, in the American version, there are some blocks which are not in the Japanese version. And those blocks are most likely power-ups, like a mushroom or a feather or so. I'm not really sure why they do that, maybe to make it a bit easier, but it doesn't make that big of a difference. And basically all the water levels are quite annoying, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ugh, no despawn of this one.
Very nice.
Yeah. Actually, the Reno fight in no cape categories are way more easier than in cape categories, because you don't have to deal with the cape physics. And so you have the same pattern all over again. The only thing that is RNG, that the Renos will spit fire, and this is RNG, so sometimes you get a bad pattern, and so you have to deal with it. Like, it's not consistent throughout the run, you just have to hope for good luck and to adjust to it. Actually, this level actually destroyed a lot of runs, apparently. Because in an auto-scroller we tend to do stupid stuff, and I will do it as well. And sometimes we just kill ourselves by accident and have to redo the auto-scroller. And the auto-scroller is about 2 minutes long, so we don't want to do that.
Don't die.
Oh, that was bad. I need that shell, apparently.
Are you going to get the vine?
No swag, I'm sorry.
So what he could have done there is, he could have done another block tube, and if he would have hit that block, it would have spawned a vine, which usually is not in there.
Yeah, I'm really sad about it right now, because in my opinion the run is not legit anymore.
But you can still get 4 jumps.
Oh yeah, the 4 jumps. The 4 jumps are still in play.
Yeah. It could still be legit run or halfway legit.
Yeah, I need to do the 4 jump, like, to get back the fame of this run. Yeah, it's this sound just gets hammered in your head after a while. Yeah. Basically, Yoshi is quite hungry. Da 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 da. Doo-doo. Sorry for the 2 scroll. And now we have Mario the Firebender. Welcome to Avatar. And actually the doors are the hardest bosses in the level.
Oh yeah, like how many frames are there to add into them? Like 3 frames?
If you're walking at P speed, I believe it were 6 frames.
Oh, 6 frames even.
Did we get a swag jump? Yes. Saves a few frames, looking good. Guys, please, it's not Dark Souls, yes?
You can make it Dark Souls if you want.
That's actually SpaceX.
Yeah.
And Mario's looking at the hill like, haha, gotcha.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, this level should be doable.
So right there may be a good time to explain this. That was a shuffle block, and I think it was the first one we saw in this category.
No, the second one.
Oh, the second one already.
Donut Plains 4 had the first one.
Yeah, but the thing is, they will change their value, which you get every couple frames, or how? Do you know how much?
Not exactly.
Yeah, but eventually they will wrap around from like a mushroom into a fire flower, and then a feather, and then a star. And if you happen to accidentally be like a little too late and pick up a feather, the rules of this category are not too strict about it. They simply just state if you pick up a cape by accident, you just have to die and repeat the level.
Yeah, that's basically the rule for races, and even if you get a good run with a cape accidentally and keep the rules on, most of the time we do not really care about it because you lose your run by, or you did finish the run like you want to, and you apparently just killed yourself after you got a cape, so we're okay with it. But if the top runners actually get really good times and accidentally grab a cape, then we say, nope, come on, you're such a good player, we believe you can do it again at this good pace, and so we say, no, this run is not legit. But for beginners, like if you have a 2-hour estimate for your 95 exit run and you accidentally grab a cape, I think nobody would complain about it.
Yeah, it's definitely not the end of the world.
It's not like that you would have beaten the 95 below 2 hours if you kept the cape. They'll be rather cool about it. That was perfect. And so far, I didn't spit the key into the hole there. That's a soft lock. Kind of, you can kill yourself, but we don't want that.
You have to wait for the time. Oh, you can jump.
Yeah, you can jump into the pit there. And this jump is not too difficult, but if you missed it, you most likely jump directly into the death. And if you do the level normally with the auto-scroller, like it's basically not an auto-scroller, but the platform they are moving, you can't force them to move faster or so. So it's basically an indirect auto-scroller. It's about 1 minute until you finish. That's, by the way, the Forest of Illusion. And the next auto-scroller.
Oh, das Autoscroller,
Yeah, auto-scroller hype. Yeah, the cast music is really good. Hopefully I get the difficult jump in the next screen. Like there are just few frames left to not get hit by a fire, or what is it called, a puddle? The fireball. Yeah, that's good shit. And that's what I meant. Sometimes they can screw you up a little bit, but that's okay, you have just to adjust to it. A small fun fact, the actually fireball from those Rhinos are not as big as you can see on screen. The actually hitbox from those are the same like the fireballs from Mario. So they are a lot smaller than they should be. And yeah, this is basically one of the easier levels. We just fly over it.
Rip Lakitu, he just wanted to give you a 1-up.
Nope, I don't want a Lakitu's 1-up. I bet it's a poison one. And at some levels we actually have to pay attention how high we actually flying, because at some levels you are able to fly over the gold tape, and so you fly to the end of the level and then you have to go back. I have to admit, at the beginning of my speedrunning SMW, I did that quite frequently. So now we will try to do some magic. Nice, first try.
Nice.
So basically, this is called the Yoshi clip. And Yoshi have a weird effect. If you sit on him when you lost him, he actually moves a bit to the left or to the right, depending on where you try to get on him. And so we can clip through the block at the stage. It actually needs a specific height and a specific value. And even getting it perfectly executed, there's only a 75% chance. Like, we have basically 4 frames where it's possible to do that, and on 3 of those 4 frames, you actually get the chance to clip through. And if you lose it by 25%, you don't clip, you actually get pushed back, and then you can attempt it another one.
Yeah, also to know this, that if you manage to not get the clip, you want to get back on Yoshi as soon as possible, because if Yoshi stands on the ground and manages to do one of his little hops, it's actually completely screwed over and you may not be able to even get the clip anymore.
That was good. Perfect. Actually, the beginning, the pipe wall jump, it's not only frame perfect, it's also pixel perfect. To pull that off is rather difficult, and if you pull it off, you actually save 2 seconds. So going for it is worth it, but you have to pay attention, because of the time save you got at the beginning, the pattern of the bubbles would change a bit, so you have to adjust to that. Goodbye, Mr. Boo. By the way, it's not worth it to grab the power-ups if you lose it, because the Boo Cloud here is quite annoying. And this is also kind of RNG depending. Sometimes you get hit by those and you can't do anything about it. Like you jump and the Boo will appear right after you jump and there's no way to react to that actually. And like you can see, it's called Forest of Illusion for reasons. Like you have a lot of paths you can actually take. And this hit actually was intended, so don't worry. And like you can see, we try to get every possible strat to beat the level as fast as possible. Like having a shell is always a good thing, and we actually rely on Yoshi quite often. Oh, that's a bit too early. Okay, that now is getting RNG heaven, because every time Yoshi lands on the ground, the pixel we need actually changed quite a lot. We actually call that the curse of the clip. Like, you always get just one clip straight and then the other is destroying you. Nice. Yeah, just to notice, we don't want to keep the estimate, we have no left. Yeah, enjoy the music, it's fine. Ah. I restart. I forgot completely where I am. The thing is, the trick is not that difficult, but if you screw it over, then yeah, you have something like that. And that's why we call it the curse. Like, either way, you get it first try, or you lose your whole run about that. Yeah, it's definitely a big time save. Okay, time to get nervous, because now it's the P-Switch Palace number 4 and we want to have 4 jumps.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. If I don't get the jump, I quit immediately. No, don't worry. There's so much good stuff left in this round.
Yo!
Yes! That's it, it's all over. The run is good.
Is saved.
The run is saved. My honor is restored. Forget about the estimate.
Yeah.
We have 4 jumps. Nah, that was a little bit too low. And now you can see why. This level is now a little bit different. You will see I will have that much trouble with the bubbles right now. Like, this is everything the same, but this Cooper actually... Is it Cooper? No, the Goomba actually will appear a bit earlier, so... This could mess you up. Goodbye, Forest.
So many islands.
Okay, hopefully I will get the thread for it. I have to admit I didn't practice the double fire flower at all. Because it's quite difficult to actually carry the fire flower through the Forest of Illusion. Oh, I jumped on the same frame that I got hit, so one frame earlier and I could have got it. And that's... I like that. I pulled off difficult thread, nobody's clapping, I killed the boss. Yeah! So I guess if I beat Bowser at the end, the room will explode or something, I don't know. Thank you!
Bye-bye, Kasso.
This is actually my favorite cutscene. Boof. Ah, goddammit. And the funny thing is, if I don't press any button anymore, I will get shot out of a pipe with 64 pixels per frame as P-speed. It's quite funny. If you have a cape, you actually just glide over through it. And there's also a more difficult strat that you actually fly with maximum speed. It's rather difficult to pull off, but it's really worth it. And it's interesting to see. At the end of this screen, I will try to attempt a suicide door, which means I will try to get into a door before the floor actually opens at the end. Like they are the moving ground. And if I don't get it, I can fall into the pit, which I try to prevent. Yes, nice. And as you can see, if I would have moved a few frames more, then I would have fallen down.
Yeah, nice.
And to get hit by the boo is actually strat to get iframes. So we are able to jump onto the ghost line, or whatever it's called, I'm actually not sure, to get up to the exit. And welcome to Chocolate Island. Yeah, 29-1 is perfect. And I like the screen, it's so smooth.
So now I believe it's up to Scar's favorite level, Chocolate Secret.
Yeah, Chocolate Secret.
Just call it the name.
Yeah, just because of the name.
Ooh, that was lucky actually. Like I said, you do not have that much R&D in the game, but stuff like that could happen and kill you, but yeah, it's okay. Like I said, if you speedrun the game quite frequently, you kinda get adjust to it. Ooh. Marvelous, marvelous.
I think it will be dying, so
Nah, dying is bad for a speedrun. Okay, we didn't dodge the first one, but the second. The problem about ledges is actually, sometimes the ledges can eat your input, which means you press the jump button, but it actually didn't happen. And if you don't react to that, you just fall down to the lava most likely and die. And you have to redo the whole level. And especially that you die on the last screen, or just close to the last screen at the level, you actually will lose a lot of time. This level is rather special. The thing is, we have to collect a specific amount of coins.
Yeah, like, if you were wondering like how to influence what kind of part you're getting into when you transition in this screen, it depends on a lot of factors like coins and time and pretty much everything you do inside the stage.
Yes. For example, in this screen, I will wait a little bit at the end, because I need to enter the next screen at 2:49 to actually get the exit that I want.
Yeah, I think in total there are like something like 16 different screens in the stage.
Somehow, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And you have to take a specific path to end up at the secret exit.
Yeah. And if you collect all dragon coins, you actually get a special exit, or a special screen for the, I think, is it the secret exit? No, it's a normal exit. For the normal exit, like this. And this screen is a little bit faster than the normal exit screen for the normal exit. And just because you collected all of the dragon coins, or the Yoshi coin, I think technically it's dragon coins, but there's a Yoshi on it.
Yeah, it's good.
So it's like confusing if you see the run and then you see the speedrunner waiting there, like, come on, hurry up. Actually, in this level, there's a special thing I want to show. It's not the first exit that I will do, it's a second exit. And if I do it properly, you can see that I can spawn a keyhole at the most left of the screen. So I try to do that. And somehow the game get weird if you spawn too many sprites on screen for some reason. By the way, this exit is the most beautiful exit because, yeah, see by yourself.
Great exit.
Great exit, yeah.
Yeah.
Great exit, great success. Okay. Like the beginning is basically the same. I mean, the level changed. I just need to fly a little bit lower now. And pay attention to the left side of the screen if I get it. Yes.
Oh, nice.
As you can see, there's a keyhole at the left.
That was obviously very important, right?
Yeah.
You needed to continue the run.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Oh, das ist auch sehr basic.
Woo! I think Mario have a new haircut.
So seeing Thrims in this stage, the little thwomps, we are hoping that for the upcoming part where he has to actually rely on Magic Koopa destroying some blocks, we will get the 1% chance, which Krille is quite lucky to always get it. Or
Yeah.
should I say unlucky?
Like, you have to imagine the Magic Koopa can turn blocks into enemies and into coins or in thwimps. And to actually get a thwimp is a 1% chance. And every time I got the first thwimp, I also got a second thwimp, which means I got the 1% chance twice, which is a really, really low chance. Every time I get that, I thought about playing lottery again. Time for a risky jump. All intended, all intended. So, time for feeding Yoshi. Just so you know, this thing is bigger than Yoshi. Like, it's really interesting. In the practice ROM, you can actually get Yoshi to the Koopalings as well, and you're actually able to eat most of the Koopalings. The problem is, if you eat the Koopalings with Yoshi, you can't finish the level.
Is that also 1.0 Japanese only glitch, or does that work on all versions?
I think it works on all versions because it was never intended to have Yoshi in a castle. So they don't care about if it's possible to eat it with Yoshi.
Look, they're clapping for you and they stomp on his head.
Yeah. You know how many times because of them I lost my Yoshi?
No, tell us.
Maybe 3 times? And this is my favorite castle, it's so fun to play. Yeah, perfect. This boss fight is really easy because you can see at the bottom of the pipe where Wendy is actually appearing. Like there's a small sprite before he appears. Yeah.
It's like her feet are looking out of the pipe at the bottom.
The last one was better.
Oh, okay, yeah, you remember.
Yeah, Mario's cleaning.
Yeah, it's a different.
This castle was actually pretty dirty. Oh, by the way, guys, keep your orb emotes ready for the orb in the sunken ghost ship.
Oh, yeah, it's...
And I will do my stuff. What you can see, I do the orb thing a bit different. Because the original one is nothing that I do like a lot, so I will do it a bit differently, so don't worry about me. And fun fact, this is the only level in a ghost level where you can keep Yoshi. And those bullets actually blend perfectly into the background.
So you don't see them.
Yeah.
It's like perfect.
And I tried to get a specific pattern with Yoshi. So I can manipulate the boo rings at the end. And if everything went well, I should despawn the first boo ring. And so far it's looking good. I have visual cues for that. Like, yeah, my cue is perfect. And yes, the first boo ring should be disappearing. Nice. Normally at this blade there would be the boo ring. And the second one is like damage boosting. Oh! Like we have a meme at the orb catch, you will see it in a few seconds. Orb! Normally it's more like orb, but I don't like it. So hopefully I satisfied both of the orb participations. Yeah, it's a meme, it's fun. And this level is basically eating molds. And you have several different paths to actually beat the level. And every category kind of have the optimal way to do it. Either if you have a cape or a small Mario, And this is technically the fastest route for the 95 exits. Okay. This level is getting interesting in the end of the run, because we will do a really difficult trick to do, just because it's so precise to execute. And it will save about 20 seconds if you do it correctly, but lose you about 30 seconds if you lost it. And I think I should try to pull off a difficult strat on the Boo House right now.
Oh yeah, you should definitely go for it. It looks so cool if you get it.
Yeah, I will try it once and then we have to see about it.
I'm sure you will get it.
Oh yeah, I hope so. Like, I practice it a lot, but it's still really difficult. Ah, missed it.
So yeah, what he was trying to do is basically there's a one tile wide gap at the top of that screen, which you will see soon. And he wanted to go with the ghost up there and then try to squeeze in there. And since the screen doesn't scroll, he's not really able to see where he's going at, and that makes it really difficult.
Like, basically the strat is really consistent, but if you mess it up or the Boo stops moving, then you will have problems with that.
So
Yeah,
that's basically he would have gone in there.
Yeah, I finished before the thing was at the wall. Most important stuff. And this is basically a game show. Which door do you want to take? Door number 1? Nope. Door 2? Oh, it's door number 3. And you've got nothing. It's like Monopoly. You don't go to the next part, you just go straight into jail. Yep. We actually have another strat for this level, but I do love this strat even more. Like, normally you would do the spit out of the shell a bit earlier to make it safer, but I honestly have problem with that strat, so I just do a little bit more difficult one, and you can see it works. And that's actually a thing I do like a lot about SMW. There are several different strats which are at the same pace doable, but you can choose one of them to actually do. And this is rather nice to have. It's possible to dodge the shell earlier to fall down faster, but it's much more unsafe to do that. A small left-right to get on that.
The reason why he kept the shell is basically if you drop down that one tile wide gap, sometimes it can happen that even though you're holding right, you're not getting pushed into the little gap at the very end and then you just fall straight into the lava.
Yes. And the problem is, if you beat the level the first time, you actually need Yoshi for the end, because otherwise you can't get to the key. And if you lose a strat at the second time, it's not that bad, because you can solve the level as Small Mario as well. It might took a little bit more time, but you can still finish the level, so that's good.
Yeah, also correct me, but I think this is the only exit where you need Yoshi to finish the secret one.
Yeah, I believe so. And say goodbye to Yoshi is the last time we need him.
Well, he ate, so you fed him. He's sitting there safe. He's all good.
Yoshi told me earlier he likes this level a lot, so I think it's fine to keep him there.
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah, it's warm. You have keys to eat. Don't feed keys to your toys, please. Toys, I mean pets. Nice. Animal channel with ChrillePan. Thanks. By the way, the world record is over for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's something like a 127.55-ish, something around that.
I think, yes. A really high 127,
Yeah.
which is really, really incredible to see.
Yeah, and the world record is by a runner named Calco, and he's just
Messed
that
it
good
up.
at this game.
No, Wimp.
Oh,
that's
come
the-
on, you still have a second chance for Thrim.
Yeah. No!
Oh, you get muffins.
Oh, damn it.
Hey, maybe we can see the Thrim now.
Yeah.
Oh, but just start.
Yeah, the thing about this level is it's rather easy to get through it. That's not the problem. But being fast and optimal is rather difficult. Like normally you try to catch one of the shells at the beginning to go faster through the second wall of blocks. Oh, what I'm doing now. This is unfortunate, to be honest. Normally I would kill this guy, but I need him.
Oh, still no Thrim. Come on.
You know what? Oh, damn it. I want to kill him with a...
Don't take the game.
No cape for me. Oh, again. This actually looks like Mario is on an important meeting. Like, the Larry's... Is this Larry? I think it's Larry, yes. Larry is really difficult to beat, and... Or the castle from Larry is difficult to beat optimal. Yeah, but that's good. I'm on a good pace for my estimate.
Yeah.
And the next level, I will try to attempt it. We will do a sandbar clip,
Oh,
which saves a lot of time. It's rather difficult to get, but I think I should pull it off.
get to you for you.
Oh, fuck. No, wait. I have a plan.
Oh yeah, that might be better to do at this point.
Like, I want to really pull it off, so let me try. Ah, too late. Should I give it a second try?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say so, yeah.
Okay, second try then. If I get it on the second try, I only lose 10 seconds to that. Nice.
Nice.
It's not... Oh, shit. I actually had to make it over that gap, but yeah, I got the clip.
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied with the run, even the 4 jumps can't comprehend that. And it's actually really... How would I describe it? Like, you get a heartbeat of maybe more than 180 beats per minute if you have a really good run. And you know you have to do the sandbar clip here to actually get your PB. And we had a lot of runs that actually died just because of the sandbar clip. But it's so worth it to get it.
Yeah, I think that sandbar clip is like 1 frame and then there's still the frame rule counting into it.
No, that's actually not that true, Van. It's you have actually 2 frames to get this, so it's rather a big window.
Oh, okay.
And there's no frame rule for that. And this castle is also satisfying to watch if you got it right. Like, when I was a child, this level was so difficult for me to beat. Oh, okay. That was a bit unfortunate. But it's okay. Ooh. Oh my god.
They really wanted to.
They really wanted to see me there. And if you notice, I jumped through one of the fireballs, so the hitbox is actually not that what you actually see. Yeah, and welcome to the easy part of the game, the Bowser Castle. So this is basically the last screen where you could die. For sure, you can die at Bowser as well, but if you have practice, Bowser is rather easy.
Especially if you take the back door, you will get a little midway point right there at the end, which makes you big again.
Yes. Like I do all the stupid stuff when Bowser's arriving. Woo! Yeah, the split button. Give me the Koopas. No! Shit. I will wait a sec. That was too freaky for me. Doesn't matter. Ooh. Doesn't matter, that's what's it called. Yeah, I know I'm just doing stupid stuff with this. No hammers, that's not no Kaiser.
I mean, wasn't there a donation center for you to play Kaiser?
Nope.
Nope.
Ah!
Too scared.
Don't ask me.
No, Mario is just too scared. I mean, Bowser looks freaking
Bowser's
scary.
just fat, that's the reason. And so that you guys wait, I will do, Mario will applause as well. Like he will clapping, just wait for it. Like basic, yeah Mario, you rescued me, I'm so thankful, and just like 1 week later she's captured again. Like, what is his wife doing anyway? So yeah, there was 95 exits. And you can see it's a rather difficult category, but it's a lot of fun. And yeah, Mario should clapping soon. Firework. Come on, let's roll the credits.
No, no credits.
No credits for me.
Oh, it's cute.
So, and... clapping Mario.
Yeah, it looked very weird.
Yeah, what should I say? Shoutouts to the whole SMW community. Join them, start speedrunning this game. It's great. Yeah, that's was. Thanks, guys.